Good morning, everyone. It's early today, and the reason why is because I get up early in the morning to draw. I have been doing that for a number of years now, and behind me you can see sketchbooks, and it's a whole bookshelf full, actually. Look at that. And in these sketchbooks, I draw people, places, animals, and I keep notes as well. There's one example. There's a donkey I drew not long ago, and there's my There's my daughter drawing. So these sketchbooks are very important to me, and they help me become a better artist. And I just love the early morning time to draw. So today we're going to do a drawing session together. We're going to go up to my art table and I'm going to draw a whole bunch of animals, and I'm going to invite you to join me as I draw. I'll explain kind of my thought process, and I want you guys to give it a shot too. All right, let's go ahead and do it. All right, I have set up my art table with dry erase markers, a dry erase board, and an eraser. To draw with me, you're welcome to grab anything you have on hand, a piece of paper, crayons, markers, whichever you like. I'm going to draw several different animals, and you're welcome to follow along as I draw. I want to just say right before I get started that the way I draw, it may be a little bit different from how you've encountered it before. I just want you to have fun with it. I just want you to enjoy the process, and I would love to see some of the results of what you've drawn, and you're welcome to email me some of those pictures I would love to see. All right, let's get started. And the first drawing that I'm going to make is going to be this animal right here. So I'm going to start with the head up here. Curl around. I'm going to add a beak right here. In that beak, I'm going to put a little line right there. Now the eye is right over here. Put a little dot right in there. Let's make it come around like this. Add a little collar right around on the side. Here we go. And the first wing is going to flap out here. I'm going to do this. Whoop. There we go. The second wing is going to pop out here. I bet you can guess what animal this is that I'm drawing. It's going to be waddling around. So I'm going to fix that line a little bit right there like that. I'm going to add a little bit of a belly to this. And I'm going to make it waddle. So the first leg I'm going to draw is going to be right here like this. Kind of flat because it's on the ground. The second leg I'm going to draw, I'm going to put it up a little bit in the air. So it gives it that sense of motion and walking. So we're going to do this. There we go. And now a little tail. And I'm going to color in here. Coloring with dry erase markers is a little tricky. I'll give it a shot. There we go. Go around that way. Just about there. Careful not to color in the eye. Leave it there like that. Ta-da! There's my first animal. The penguin. A couple wrinkles on the feet there. All right, and there's probably more details you could add to that, but I wanted to get the shape and the outline of this animal. That's for our first one. All right, the next animal here, kind of in the same color scheme right here. I'm going to start with an ear right here, that kind of shape, almost like a circle at the top. There's another one right there. And I'm going to draw kind of a round round shape up here. There we go. These shapes right in the middle here. Ta-da! And I'm going to do this. All right, 2 dots in there again. The nose is a little bit lower, right down here like this. There's a little smiley mouth. Maybe she just ate a nice meal, lounging comfortably here like this. I'm going to draw the arms around this way. Come around to the legs here. I'm going to mark off where the color changes there. There's one leg. Let's put another one here. This foot kind of faces out a little bit, so I'm going to do it like that here. And the belly goes right here. And now I just need to color most of this in like this. When I color, I try to do it at the same angle a lot of times, if I can. It's just something that I work on here. Let's try that. And you know what? If you make a little mistake, if there's something you don't like about it, there's several different things you can do. You can work through that mistake and really not worry about it. If it's the first time you've drawn a panda, it's pretty tricky. And so I just encourage you to just keep drawing and enjoy the process. This is not for a competition. This is just because we enjoy drawing and we're learning something while we do this. Hopefully so. All right. There we go. Nice little round panda sitting right here, happy after eating a big meal. There we go. Panda. Ta-da! All right, our next animal. Let's see what's coming up here. Ooh, this one lives in the desert. Kind of skinny when he stands up like that. Hope I can draw him all right. So again, a little bit of coloring around the eyes. I leave 2 little spots clear there. He has a kind of a pointy nose that comes down right here. And now here comes the long body. He lives in burrows, or she lives in burrows. And these 2 arms just kind of curl in together. And there we go. And since it's furry, I'm going to make a little zigzaggy line that goes all the way down like this. Here's the legs. There we go. Some more on that side. A little bit of that fur. There's kind of a little darker line that comes down the middle there just to show. And now a tail at the back like this. Ta-da! That's awesome. All right. Color that in a little bit right here like that. And that's for our meerkat. All right, let's see. What is the next animal that we are going to do here? Ooh, this one is noticeably bigger. So I'm going to start with a real furry part around here. It's kind of funny just like that, but all right. This one, we'll draw an eye right here. We'll draw another one right here. You know what? I'm going to erase that real quick and do that. Give it a little bit of light in there. There we go. Awesome. Now we're going to do the nose like this. Can you tell what it's going to be yet? There we go. Line that comes down, not so much. There we go. There's the mouth. Kind of goes like this. A little bit of the beard going here. Now I'm going to draw some more hair. Or fur, technically. Even make it go out further. See how a lot of lines together kind of contribute? And the way you make your lines helps shape what you draw. So if you can use a variety of lines in your drawing, it makes it more descriptive. And the way to develop different lines is just to draw on a regular basis, and you get comfortable with making squiggly lines, you get comfortable with making all different kinds of shapes. Did I give myself enough room to draw the leg here? I guess so. It'll be a little bit more of a short-legged lion here. Let's do this. Here comes the other leg. Ta-da! There's that. Do this at the back. Here comes the tail. I've reached the edge of my dry erase. Now the other leg goes behind there, so this part is going to be hidden. But it indicates that the leg is there. So the paw was a little bit in the air, so I'm going to do it like that. There we go. Give it some claws down there. And then that little line shows that the belly goes this way. Going to put a little muscle in the leg there. Going to put another little muscle there. There's a little bit of hair under there too. Kind of like an armpit, I guess. I didn't know lions had armpits until I drew it today. I learn something new every time. All right, there is the lion. Okay, and actually, maybe we'll add a couple whiskers just because the lion is a cat and it needs whiskers. All right, let's go on to our next. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we have one of these in our house. It's actually a pet. And my son Sebastian has one in his room. It's super cute, and it's actually a really clean animal. It cleans itself a lot like a cat. It will stop what it's doing and take a little bath most of the time like that. So here we go. Can you tell yet what it is? I'm going to put an eye right here. Doop. And now I'm going to color this in and leave a light little highlight right there like that. And the other eye is just kind of on this other side, so I'm just going to make a little spot right there to show that. And there we go. Some whiskers. We'll just be generous with those like that. Indicate the eye there again. Right here. Let's do this. Now this one is doing this. Let's see. It's holding a little nut or something. Something it found. A little nibble of cheese there. Perfect. Now we're going to add a little elbow right here. Nope. There goes the belly. Its hind legs are really pretty far forward. You would think they'd be further back, but it's pretty far forward here in this position. And we're going to just do some feet right there like that. And now I'm going to do this. And because I have my dry erase board finishes it up right over here, I'm going to draw the tail that loops around this way. There we go. And make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger before it goes through there. And it has some ridges right in there, so I'm going to do it that way. I don't have to draw it all the way throughout. And it has a little bit of coloring on it, so I'm going to add this like this. It's a furry animal, so there we go. There we go. And I'm going to fill this in right here because I want to see what it turns out to look like. Yeah, I think that'll work out well. And I'm drawing the direction of the fur as it is on the animal. So it looks like the fur on the top just goes directly that way. Then it goes at a diagonal through here. Like this. There we go. Oh, this is going to be a fun little rat. There we go. Do this. And the nose is right there on the end. Ta-da! Yes, we have a pet rat in our house. We let it run around. A very friendly animal. There we go. That's for the rat. Okay, here we go. This is a cute little animal here. Now, since we have a pet rat, we don't have one of these. Although you probably could have both if you trained them to live together. There we go. I'm going to put some extra large ears on there. And look how I'm doing different lines here. I'm doing more a dotted line here because I'm trying to give the effect of fur. And part of me is also, I don't quite know making shape yet, so making little lines sometimes helps when you're not sure of something. So doing little lines first. That eye looks a little funny, so I'll change that right there. Let's do a tiny little nose right here. There we go. Let's add some fur to the outside there. And then, since it's striped, I'm going to add a little bit of a pattern on the face there, like that. Let's add a little bit of fur on the inside part there. And there we go. Now the little mouth here. Yeah, I'm not quite so sure about this drawing, but you know what? That's all right. I'm going to keep right through and see how I can turn it out. Not every drawing is going to be perfect, and that's okay. Sometimes when you think a drawing is just not working out, sometimes you learn some real interesting things, like how to plan ahead, how to problem solve. And drawing is you're always trying to figure things out when you're drawing. You're always measuring with your eye. You're always thinking about the different parts, how they work together. Drawing is just kind of a different way to think. And so as you're drawing, your mind is working really hard. It's a really great activity. I'm going to do a couple lines there. All right, I'll have to admit, it's not the cutest kitty in the world. But that's okay. A little bit raggedy, isn't it? Maybe it just climbed right outside of the trash or something. Or it got caught in the backyard chasing squirrels. Or no, that'd be a dog. It probably just, I don't know what story to put to it. You guys could figure out a good story about it. All right, so I'm going to write kitten. All right, I gave it a try. That's all right. We're going to do our next one here. next one, ooh, it lives in the water. So I'm going to start with the dorsal fin here. So we're going to do this. There's a dorsal fin. I'm going to draw the line that goes up like this, right to a point right there. And it comes down a little bit this way. I would not want to meet one of these animals in the water. But I think they are fascinating creatures. Slide this down this way. Has another little fin there. Now the side fin, this is going to be a little tricky. It starts right about at the same line right here. I'm measuring with my eye. And it extends all the way out that way. So that's where it goes there. And now that can go up like that. This can slide up. All right, not too bad. The gills start right here. So those will be there, right next to that fin. And now, let's add the eye. The eye is up on top, or more, kind of on the side on top there. And there's a little bit of a different color variation here. So what I'll do is I'll do this. Do kind of a scraggly line that follows through there, and it goes all the way to the end there like that. There we go. Now we have to add some teeth. Actually, technically, you see the bottom teeth. You don't even see the top teeth. So I'm going to leave it like this. There we go. There's our shark. And if you want to add a whole bunch of little fish swimming around on the side, this would be almost the shape that you could do, just to draw them real quickly. That gives a sense that it's not just in the air, that it's actually swimming in the water here. I'm going to do some more up here, a couple more over here, and you know what? If I put some behind there, it'll make it look like it's swimming in front of it. A couple more up here. All right, there's our shark. You know what? You can draw these forever, so I'm going to stop at that. Ta-da! I need to write shark. I'll erase this. All right, here's our next animal. This one, I'm going to draw it outside of its usual habitat, which would be in a river, in a pond. All right, let me make sure that I'm doing this correctly. We'll make it a smiley one too. I'm sure you're going to guess what it is pretty soon here. Now the back is kind of really ridgy here, so I'm going to add some of that like that. I'm going to have it curl around that way. And there we go. I'm going to draw the bottom part here like this. The jaw goes up like that. And the throat is right down here. Now, one kind of skinny leg. It uses its legs more for swimming than for walking. So there we go. The belly comes across there. And now I'm going to add that back leg. The back leg is bigger than the front leg, so I'm just going to watch how proportionate I am from the front to the back. All right, here we go. I'm going to slide this in front here. That's nice. There we go. Let's put another leg right here. Crawl in there. All right, this alligator's on the go. Now, since it has a lot of scales, you could do this a whole variety of ways. I'm just going to do some lines across just for right now. And actually in the back, let's see, how is that going to work? The scales kind of go like that. And it has more than one line of ridges. I'm going to give it some more ridges there on the back. The scales go up to the front. Let's put a little nostril. A little bit on the legs, a little bit under there. Let's do the belly like this. It actually has a different coloring there. Awesome. Okay, there's our walking alligator. Kind of a funny looking animal when it's out of the water. Right. Here's another animal. These are just coming out right now this time of year. You're going to see more and more of these. So I'm going to draw the middle part first. And this animal is very symmetrical, how it's designed. So we're going to give it a little pattern here, a little pattern there. This is the back part right there. I'm going to give it two things that stick out here, two antennas. And now we're going to give ourselves plenty of room to have a line go out that way. And I'm going to do the same line on the other side the best I can. And then this line is going to go in like this and come right back up. So right where I leave off there, I'm going to go down about the same distance. This can be pretty tricky. I'll admit that. Now one line go here, one line go here. Ta-da! Now you could fill in whatever pattern you like in here. So I'm going to do, remember, whatever you do on one side, you're going to have to do it on the other side, pretty similar, to make it consistent, to make it look believable in that way. And there's patterns in the wings too, so whatever pattern I choose to develop here, I want to make sure I can repeat it on the other side. Try that. That can go out like that. That's a little bigger right there, so we'll do that. And that in a bigger shape there. I can tell I already did a little bit differently there, but that's okay. A couple lines that go in there. There we go. There's one of my butterflies. Butterfly. All right. Oh, and here's another flying animal. I'm going to start with the beak over here. It has kind of a long neck, so I'm going to give it a little bit of room to grow there. Follow this down here. It's a very graceful animal here. I love to watch it fly. Its wings are really, really large. And you can just imagine the wind that it pushes every time that it flies. Let's do this. Now these feathers are going to stick out a little bit like this, so we're going to give them some feather shapes. Here we go. Those are going to go in like that. Now the first leg comes down here, really long legs. They're used to standing up in the marshes. Those legs need to be tall and skinny like that. Let's give this another one. There we go. And then we're going to add another leg right here. There's some more feathers there. Add a couple more lines in here. There we go. And if I add more, I might get a little more confused. So I'm going to leave it at that. It kind of goes like this. There's the eye. And there we go. So this bird is called a crane. Oh, there we go. A crane. All right, and that's the last animal that I'm going to draw for this time. I invite you to check out some more videos on my YouTube channel. I will be adding more drawing videos, more projects. So come back and visit again. I really enjoyed drawing with you today, and I hope that you will you have picked up a couple different things about how to draw and just spent a good time. All right, until next time, bye.